I'm going to explain to you a very easy way to get the club to fall into the slot. Now, if you think about it, a slot is a very specific term. It's not an area, it's a slot. And this slot is something where when the club gets to the top of the backswing, you want the club to fall straight down in the downswing. Well, all too often, golfers are trying to make that happen from the outside in, meaning they're telling their hands and arms in the club to fall into the slot. But notice the consistent thing here, that as I show you the club falling into the slot, it's the position of my shoulders. If my shoulders remain closed, the club will fall into the slot every time. Now, watch. I'm going to let the club fall into the slot, but I'm going to rotate my shoulders. Notice, club's not in the slot. So you start to recognize that putting the club into the slot isn't about your arms. It's about the position of your body, and specifically the position of your shoulders. Now, I teach a swing that forces the club to fall into the slot, forces you to have an inside-out downswing. And that's because I set you in a position so that you have a chance for the club to fall into the slot. So as you try and pursue using your hands and arms to get the club to fall into the slot, remember, it has nothing to do with your hands and arms. It has everything to do with my shoulders. It's my shoulders that are keeping closed that allow the club to fall into the slot. As soon as my shoulders start to rotate, look, even though I did the same thing with my arms, the club is now outside of the ball. It's over the top. So don't talk to your hands and arms in order to get the club to fall into the slot. Talk to the position of your body. More specifically, talk to the position of your body in your setup. That way, you don't have to worry about it during the swing. When you set into your left side, into your forward side, where you pivot 70% of your weight on your forward foot, and you close your body down at about a 45-degree angle, the club is forced to fall into the slot. Even if you still have to learn and develop the awareness for it, you're getting a leg up by starting in the closed position, because it's that closed position that will force the club to fall into the slot. So watch me here. It's very simple. I pivot, I grip, I keep my weight still.
Now I want you to watch the position of my shoulders in the downswing and how I maintain the closed axis of my body such that my right shoulder stays behind my left until well after impact. That's what allows the club to fall into the slot. That's what allows this wonderful inside-out swing path that creates so much power. Now imagine if you're one of those golfers that's consciously or subconsciously rotating your shoulders in the downswing. If you are, you're never going to get the club to fall into the slot unless you change your setup position, and then once you do, and you're so impressed by that, sign up for the school and I'll show you how to do it with every club.
And the club is forced to fall into the slot. Now, you can learn this from my YouTube videos, but if you want to save yourself a bunch of time, sign up for my school, and let's make this process very expedited, because the system works, you're going to improve, and if you take advantage of the opportunity to have me guide you, you'll improve quite quickly.